Welcome again to another CheapWineFinder.com podcast for a wine we wrote up on the CheapWineFinder.com website. This is Domain Dave, like always. And today we have wines that are actually fairly popular with people who read the CheapWineFinder.com website. And this one is from Aldi. It's $7.99, and it's the Don't Mind If I Do Pinot Grigio 2022. And what's so different about Don't Mind If I Do? Well, it has zero sugar for one. It has 9% alcohol. It has 85 calories. I think no fat, low carb, and it's vegan friendly. Just to throw this out there, if you want to know why wine is vegan friendly, since it's made out of grapes, how could it be not vegan friendly? The fining process. Fining is when they take the solids out of the wine after aging. It's grape skin residue. It's dead yeast. It floats to the top, and they use egg whites to gather it all in. It kind of attracts all that. And since they use egg whites in the process, that's animal sourced. And that's not vegan friendly, but they can also do it. And that's actually the best way to do it. But they can use minerals. And how is an egg like a mineral? Yeah, I don't know. I could look it up, but it's like, I'm not vegan, so it's not something I look at. I should look it up, but I don't. But anyway, so there we go. So it's the egg whites used in the fining process. And another weird thing about this is the higher the price the wine is, like a $300 Bordeaux wine or a very fancy Napa Valley Cab, they don't find those wines, because anytime you take something out of the wine, you're taking flavor and character out of it. So those wines, you're likely to get chunks of stuff in your glass. And you always tell someone it happens that it's good luck. It isn't really, but it doesn't gross them out as much if they think they're lucky. So back to this wine. No fat at all. How do they do that? Well, according to the website. Oh, and if you don't live near an Aldi, Sunny with a Chance of Flowers is a brand made by Sheet Family Vineyards, and they're the same people who make Don't Mind If I Do, and they use the exact same process. The Sunny with a Chance of Flowers uses on the label Monterey AVA grapes, sustainably produced. The Don't Mind If I Do says California and doesn't mention sustainability anywhere. So it looks like it might be the same process but with different grapes, or sourced from different places. That's what it looks like, but they're similar because they both have zero sugar, 85 calories, 9% alcohol. Everything else is exactly the same. So if you're looking for this wine and Aldi doesn't have it, Sunny with a Chance of Flowers, I see it in supermarkets. They have it, and high-end wine shops probably wouldn't have it. But if you got a liquor store in your town that has the largest selection of beer, in the area or something, they probably would have it because they have wines for everybody there. I'm going to take a sip of this, and this is the best of the Don't Mind If I Do wines, in my opinion. There we go. If you didn't know that it was a diet, wine, if you didn't know that there was no sugar, if you didn't know that they're low calorie, didn't know anything, it's got a little bit of body. It's got flavor to it. The nose is kind of bright and lively. It's got nice acidity. I mean, this is a wine that's, technically good for you, but you're not paying a price for having those things removed from it. This is a decent Pinot Grigio. It's not like the expensive ones from Alto Adige in Italy, no. But for $8 California Pinot Grigio, it's kind of tasty and kind of has some interesting flavors. It's got good length to it. It's got good acidity. It's a good wine. But it's with the Don't Mind If I Do, and even we actually had Sunny with a Chance of Flowers once. For the red wines, I always felt that the red wines, there's something missing. I mean, it was good for what it was, but if I had my choice, I'd drink something else. This is the first wine that I don't see a difference between a $7 Pinot Grigio and a $7 or $8, I guess. Good for you Pinot Grigio with no sugar and low alcohol. Low cal. Take another sip. They supposedly, during the fermentation process, these aren't special grapes. They take fermentation down to the point where there is no sugar left, which is kind of like what they do in champagne. I mean, with sparkling wines, traditional method sparkling wines, they start out with really, really dry. It's called natural or nature. And then they add sugar to get it up to brut or, semi-dry or whatever they're doing. But they make sure that the wines start out super duper dry. And this one isn't like that. In champagne, you almost can't drink the wine. It's sour. They pick them at a certain time too. This isn't the exact same thing, but it's along those lines. And it tastes pretty good. And the alcohol, they do some kind of thing where they take a portion of the wine and pull the alcohol out. Then take the wine that had the alcohol pulled out and put it back in. And so you still have regular Pinot Grigio in there, along with the stuff with no alcohol, and no sugar means low calories. So it works and it tastes good. So that's it for me, Domain Dave from CheapWineFighter.com. I like this wine. I didn't think I would be happy drinking it, but I'm perfectly happy. It's a perfectly good Pinot Grigio. So it's the Don't Mind If I Do Pinot Grigio 2022 Aldi. If you can't find it, Sunny with a Chance of Flowers will do. And that's it for me. Like us where you like podcasts. Push the button, if you will. It does help. And I'll be talking to everybody. Keep it cheap. Adios. Bye-bye.